Hi guys, this is Hades the Wolf and welcome to my second video, and today it's just going to be like a general overview of my account. So this is how my city looks. I know it's not organized at all. I'm pretty lazy that way. I wish I could have done a good layout, but pretty lazy that way. So just coming to my technology, my military technology. So I unlocked my elite Janissaries first, obviously, because that's my special unit. I'm doing archers, I'm archer focused, and I'm on stirrups level 10, like 13 days to go for that. And then I'm gonna be done with my plate armor in a month or so. So hopefully unlock my second units, which is cavalry, pretty soon. I don't want to spend speed ups because I want to save them for troop training and healing and everything. VIP level is 13 and I have a long way to go. I have like 175k for VIP 14, where I start getting 3 sculptures every day, which is something that we all must try to get there as soon as possible to get the most value out of the thing. I've been stacking a lot of resources. Like, I don't use my stickers because I just use them for emergencies, like whenever I would need them the most. I try to manage my way without opening stickers. So I have a decent amount. Like, I had to open my 50,000 and 10,000 ones, so those are a little low. And I'm gonna kill a lot of barbs this KVK, so hopefully the smallest ones, the 1,000 ones, are they're gonna become like 500,000 each, because I'm gonna spend like 500k AP, and hopefully the training speed ups will replenish as well. I should have a good amount of training speed ups by the time I'm done killing the barbs in the KVK season 3 that we're gonna be playing, which should start in around 2 weeks. And I'm gonna post a lot of war videos and during KVK, so ruin wars and everything, so hopefully that should be good. So on this, like, the 24-hour P shields are the most important, because 8 hours really don't have a value. Like, if you oversleep, you're not gonna risk your city getting zeroed. Also, the advanced army expansion, so I have 9 of those. You get them at the Ark of Osiris shop, so that's the best place that I think that you can get them. You get a gold head for 150 coins, and this for 1000. The value is like 4,000 gems. So I think this is pretty good value. Like, you should stack the 4 advanced expansions. And I'm getting little like equipment. I'm trying to focus on the epics first, complete that, because I'm not a high spender. So the legendary ones, the golden equipment, is more expensive in terms of gems and blueprints and material, everything. So trying to get that epic set complete first, and then maybe I can focus on 1 or 2 legendary equipments after that. I have a decent amount of AP, just used quite a bit in a few events that went by. Race Against Time is a very, like, one of my favorite events basically in the game, where you have to kill barbs and you get golden sculptures. So I really like that event. And I have because I started in Kingdom 1218 and then I migrated to 1429. So I've been in 2 kingdoms. I've been playing the game for 650 days now. So that's why you can see that there are a lot of things which are stacked in my account, which I can just use when I need them. So, like, you'll see the stars. Like, it's so difficult to get stars. I just used 200 stars to like start up a commander from level 4 to level 5 stars. So I still have like 600 stars left. So this is only because when you go back in time, then you get more time to do those things. Because if you're playing in one go and you like play all the seasons in one go and you don't migrate anywhere back in time, then it's a tome of knowledge, and golden stars are like a very big deal. Even if you have the sculptures, some people struggle to complete that, to get them commanders maxed out. So I'm from Kingdom 1694. I'm the R4 of the Alliance 1694. And so I just migrated here, played 1 KVK with these guys, and it's a very good kingdom. It's very organized, and they're always trying to improve. So that's one thing I like about it. They're not like stuck up. They're open to more suggestions and improving the gameplay overall. This is like Zeus the Wolf and I started the game together. So it's Zeus and Hades. I'm sure you guys can tell. So he's a good decent spender, VIP. He's almost VIP 16 now, and those are his stats. He has a lot of kills, 180 million, and most of them are like to T4 and T5, and he has pretty much all these commanders maxed out. So yeah, we're like friends in real life as well, almost like brothers, you can say. And it's really fun. And we have another friend like Titan the Wolf. So the three of us kind of started playing together, and here we are now still together playing the game. I'm just showing you like his account because like that's a funny picture right there. Like he's standing in front of an alliance pass and the other alliance has it, but there are like a million players on the other side, but his 5 marches, no one's attacking them. So he kind of does put that fear in the enemy's mind when playing in KVK. Like we played against Legend Ronnie, and he also mentioned that Zeus the Wolf is kind of swarming my rally, get him out of here. Like his marches are pretty strong, do a lot of damage. These are my kills. Like I have 120 million kills. There is a reason why I have a few T1 kills as well. Like I had to kind of feed kills during an MGE to pass a person who was breaking the rules in my previous kingdom. So that's why in one event. So I'm pretty sad about that. I don't like T1 kills otherwise. But apart from those, I still have like 90 million kills, 95. So I'm pretty proud. I'm happy about that. My true power is really low because I have like 3.6, almost 3.7 million dead troops. So that makes my true power like just at 11 million. Like I've been playing the game for a while, so I have about 2.1 million troops, and out of that only 400k are T5 because I'm kind of waiting for events to upgrade them. So how I play the troop training game is that if you're a T4 player, you should just make T3 units and then you should upgrade them to T4. And if you're a T5 player, you should just make T4 units, and when an event comes, you should upgrade them from T4 to T5. It saves you speed ups and it really helps you make more points like easily. We have a pack of wolves, like we have like 10-12 players with the wolf name. We're all a part of the pack. And so I'm just going through my commanders and just showing you the equipment. I showed you Ramses and Artemisia in the last video that I posted, my first one. So in this one I'm just showing you Baibars. So it has the green equipment, which is the advanced equipment, and this is the reason why, because cavalry advanced equipment gives the most amount of value. Look at that, cavalry defense and health, 5.5 and 6.5, like each. So that's like a mad amount of value. That's like 10% in a green advanced equipment. So that is kind of biased for the game because you don't have that in archers or infantry. So it's pretty easy to make like cavalry equipment. I'm using epics this far in the game because epics are also like really good. Like you shouldn't underestimate them, especially when it comes to 5 marches. You can't have all legendary commanders. So this is something that you have to look at. Like you have to use epics as well. So, and my martile equipment is also like I'm using advanced, then I'm using rare, and there's only one epic. My main focus is archer because actually equipment requires a lot of material and blueprints. So being like a low spender in the game, I don't want to kind of be jack of all and master of none. I just try to specify my approach to get the best of the best archer equipment that I can, save up for the future, and kind of make do with the decent equipment, like the good value equipment for my other marches. Just like this one, I'm using just rare and like advanced equipment, and there's even like the basic one. The shoes are so basic, but that's because like I don't want to kind of waste equipment, material, etc., and all my marches. I want to like, because the best ones are going to be for garrison and rallies, and that's where it matters the most. The field marches could be like evened out. It could be a balance between a few things so that it kind of works well in synergy. So now I'm just showing you guys an expedition like thing, like my 5 marches versus level 80 without any expansions, without any buffs or anything. And I just did this like a month ago. And that's the thing. Earlier I could not do it with even an advanced army expansion. But after a few, tweaks of it's little better equipment, one or two commanders getting maxed, it really made a big difference. So it's like I couldn't do it with advanced expansions, and now I can do it with 200, and that was a matter of 1 or 2 months. So that's pretty cool. So these are like the marches I would be using in the field, even for the KVK or like any other fights, arcs, etc. These are like my main marches. I use Martel with Joan of Arc because Martel is very tanky and no one kind of attacks Martel first. That helps Joan of Arc give a buff for the entire duration of the battle that goes on. And behind Baibars, I've not put Cao Cao or any other cavalry commander. I've put Ethelfled because I feel they kind of go well with each other, the skills. Like Baibars slows the march, so there's another 20% extra damage being done. And Ethelfled is a very good debuffer. And I like to have that combination of debuffers and buffers in my own march. So my Martel melted pretty fast because that is 1 million troops in that Genghis Khan Saladin. So that is like a lot. And that's what I expected. Like the first few nukes are brutal, but as you can see, like he's also kind of melting. Like I'm already taking like almost 300k troops out of that guy. Like because it's like a murder ball that I made. Like skill damage, buffs, debuffs, and my Herman and Elcid, they do 3 seconds of disabling. Like Herman does 1 second of disabling, Elcid does 2 seconds or vice versa. I kind of forgot that one, but it's total 3 seconds of disabling the target. And first disabling it, I used to use Kusunoki, but then I kind of switched it to Herman because he has good skill damage, he has attack, he has archer march speed, and he disables the target, which is a very good debuff as well. I'm using Artemisia with Tomiris because Artemisia sometimes takes more time to unleash her skill, activate her skill, so that helps Tomiris in stacking more poison. That helps increase the skill damage. Like every stack is like 3% more skill damage, so 10 stacks would be like 50% more skill damage by the other marches at that period of time. Whenever like other people hit their nuke, it depends on the number. The stacks of poison that are there, that's the amount of skill damage they take. Like the stacks into 3 is like that much more skill damage. So 10 stacks is like 30% more skill damage, 5 is 15%. Artemisia is very tanky as well, so it kind of, so this is what I like about Martel and Artemisia being tanky, and I've given them a debuffer right with them, so that kind of makes it like better for me that those are the tanky marches that are going to last throughout the battle, the duration of the battle. In this case, of course, I tanked with my Martel in the expedition, but in a general scenario, like a player would not start with my Martel. Like a knowledgeable, skilled player would definitely go for maybe either my Baibars or 99% my Ramses, because that is going to damage them the most. So taking that march out, Ramses biology is the most important for them in the beginning, so that they don't keep taking that kind of damage from that army. And as you can see, like I have like 3 armies at yellow, and this Genghis is like almost done at 150,000 units. So I was really happy when I ended up doing it, because it took me a while. Like I was at level 80 for like say 4 or 5 months, maybe even more, like I'm not sure. Like a long time I was at level 80, wasn't able to complete it with advanced expansions or anything, buffs, titles, everything. I tried everything, but I couldn't do it. But then I just realized that I just need to tweak my marches and kind of get them like a little stronger. And here I am doing it without any expansions, any buffs at all. So there you go. And it's like right now my Tomiris is at 5424, so there's an 80% probability of a normal attack to stack poison. So I'm still happy that it's even with that 80% chance. I saw a few times it reached 10, 11, 12. It does more damage factor as well. It's in a scale of Tomidus, so that is an important thing, like to make sure, like, because that's why people use it with Edward. But since I haven't worked on Edward and I decided against it and try to go with Ramses, so I just focused on Artemisia being the primary for Tomidus, and basically that's my garrison pair for the future. And I can swap Tomidus and YSG with my Ramses or Artemisia. Like Ramses and Artemisia will remain primary. If I need defense, it's Artemisia, Ramses, attack. So, and thank you for